draws. It also happened 68 years ago to the day in 1958. But we want to see a winner come out of this game, don't we?
We want to see some goals. We've seen a lot of draws
But look at that.
We need some goals.
Yeah, the stage is set, my friend. Look at that.
Yeah,
beautiful
the pitch. Yeah, amazing pitch. But listen, a lot's been going on. A lot. We've talked a lot about this game. You know, Chris Wood. For me, I think he's that guy. When he plays well, he's an absolute handful. I've played against him so many times. He is such a clever player. He knows when to arrive on the box. He knows how to delay his runs. And if you give him those supplies, those crosses, believe you me, he's going to score.
It's also difficult to deal with because of his physical attributes. He's powerful, he's big, he's strong, you know what I mean? He has muscle here. So he's one of those forwards that is difficult to deal with.
And just a question of whether or not he'll get service from his New Zealand teammates in order to put those chances away. As you can see, it's a stunning stadium, the Los Angeles Stadium, as the players head out for the national anthems. The entire squad for both teams. This is something new for this World Cup. They all go out there, they line up together and sing their national anthems for their countries. So let's pause for a moment and take this in as we take you closer to kickoff.
Alright guys, so you know what time it is. Science and space, so we can see. First time watching either team, so it's going to be pretty interesting actually. Like, I don't have the knowledge of either team's like history, so this is going to be pretty good. If I do say so myself. Who you guys rooting for? Let me know in the comments. Drop it all. Ready to get this thing going. Should we get live? Well, Twitch might take it down. So we gotta be careful with, like, we can show glimpses, changing the volume, that's perfectly fine, but I think to start, you gotta be a little careful. Especially because I'm also on YouTube too, so it's like, you know, you gotta be real careful. But replays, stuff like that, we will be showing. But I do appreciate anyone that would come, regardless of watching or not. But you can hear in the background they're playing the national anthem. I'm trying to think. Also, just so we're not like too bored here. Have like a GeoGuess around. We'll have a few things, just like entertainment. Just in case. I know we're not gonna need it, but just in case.
New Zealand and Iran kick off next. Jackie Oatley and Warren Barton will talk you through the action.
Okay, there we go. Alright.
So on this first one, I'll knock, you talk?
Yes.
Hi, I'm your neighbor.
We're having a watch party.
Would you like to come?
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Hey, Alex! What's up?
Hello, welcome. Come on in, guys.
Watch party time. Watch party time. Alright, let me go over their goalkeepers and stuff, just so I know.
Unlimited home internet that keeps everyone connected. When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
Sometimes you need a helping hand on the journey home. When you partner with Rocket Mortgage and Redfin on your next move, you can save up to $12,000. Find out more at rocketmortgage.com.
And then for defenders,
Devour the solid power of dual-flavored gummy bears.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Cardani,
No, thank you.
Isan,
Trolley, eat me.
G Safi, Shoja, and then Mali, and then
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by Blaze.
we have many more good people. Thomas Smith.
From the heart of one of the world's great sporting and entertainment cities, welcome to Los Angeles Stadium in Inglewood, where Iran and New Zealand meet in this Group G clash at the FIFA World Cup. Much of the build-up dominated by tensions off the field, but players here arriving tonight with one priority: win the match and go top of the group. And in the VAR booth tonight, Jun Mihara of Japan is in charge. And just look at this magnificent arena. Well, most of the Iran starting lineup have not played football since February in the league. That's because their domestic league was suspended. That includes the goalkeeper, Baron Van, and the entire back four, plus midfielder Arya Yousefi. Captain Mehdi Taremi is arguably the best-known name, the veteran Olympiacos forward, the main man in terms of goal scoring, although they also rely on him for creativity too, with Mokanlu the man leading the line tonight. New Zealand field a rather more regular and familiar starting lineup, though they're reeling from the news that attacking midfielder Matt Garbutt has been ruled out of the entire tournament after picking up a hamstring injury in training. Callum McCowett takes his place in the starting lineup. It's an all-MLS centre-back pairing of Portland Timbers, Finn Sermon and Michael Boxall of Minnesota United, who's approaching his 38th birthday this summer. Captain Chris Wood provides Premier League goal-scoring ability.
There we go.
He's the only New Zealand starter with World Cup experience. That was 16 years ago in South Africa. New Zealand have never won a match at the FIFA World Cup. They've qualified for it twice before this year.
All right, guys, let's go. Who you guys winning?
Of Iran cannot control what goes on off the
We've
field,
been a better
but they
team
can try
in
to
their coach,
control
Darren
what
and
happens on it.
Amir.
Mehdi Taremi, the number
I'm curious
9,
who's been like
the captain,
the better team in the past 5 matches.
providing a captain's
Let me
pre-match
look that up.
team talk. So much disruption in the build-up. They flew in yesterday with their head coach Amir Halanoy, his first World Cup, the veteran from Tijuana in Mexico, where the locals have rather taken the players to heart. And there's Darren Baisley, the Englishman, one of 2 Englishmen in charge of this FIFA World Cup, along with Graham
currently
Potter
and historically
of
better compared to
Sweden.
New Zealand, presenting a higher, significant global standing and more consistent tournament matches. FIFA ranking, Iran is 20th, New Zealand is 85th. Jesus Christ. Iran has qualified for the World Cup 7 times, New Zealand making their 3rd appearance. Okay. Roster, both top European talent, very nice. Head-to-head, these teams only met twice. First match was a draw, and then Iran won 3-0 in 2003. So, alright, so this is going to be a revenge game, or will Iran
The All-Whites of New Zealand, by the way, and all black today.
Let's see what they got in FIFA.
In all white, and they are on the attack early on. There's an ambitious looking ball from Zion.
Let me also. Gotta get my food really quick. Be right back.
Will be just to get the actual football started as Warren Barton. How hard do you think it's been for these players?
Well, I think it's the FIFA Club World Cup, so FIFA World Cup. I think from that point of view, so I was just looking at the banners that are all around. I think it's easy for them to go. I mean, the atmosphere with the fans behind them,
Now here they come with Torami, the captain. Well, they're taking the initiative here. With Zion.
Alright, oops, my bad. I'm a little late.
New Zealand looking to try and ideally string a few passes together, but it must have been pretty tough for them. They came in from Tijuana in Mexico yesterday, 6-hour journey. They're only roughly about an hour's flight, and they managed to train at LA Galaxy's facilities yesterday.
I don't know the names, I don't know the teams.
Train on this pitch. It's awe-inspiring. If you're not used to playing in this kind of stadium, my goodness.
There's a little sign of it, but looking straight away with Iran. We wasn't sure whether it was 3 at the back or they've gone with a 4 at the back, 2 in midfield, 2 wide players, and a striker with 1 just in behind Drama, the captain, as you touched on, the most experienced player.
Goalkeeper has it.
New Zealand are quite happy to let the opposition have the ball. They're not a team that wants to dominate possession, but they are a team, particularly in wide areas, that have got some pace.
Just a little bit higher.
He can hold it up and bring senior number 10 into the game. So don't write them off. A lot of talk has been about Iran, and rightly so, with the quality they have, the experience they've had in World Cups. I like this team. I think they've got a little bit about them as well. A little bit aggressive.
Sermon battling away.
Crazy trip by the New Zealand team.
Portland Timbers, just 22 years of age, with a vastly experienced Michael Boxall.
Again.
Minnesota United alongside him. It's a free kick for Iran.
Yeah, Boxall playing in.
With their initial
not sure whether they was going to go with a bit of a younger player, but I think him at Minnesota is proven in MLS with that experience it has.
Who is that?
With a young player just behind him, you're going to need that earlier on. You know, the communication's going to be a big part.
Oh, nice steal from New Zealand. Oh my God, even better interception by Iran. Somebody has it. Oh my. Oh, they're bringing it up. Aya again, fighting. Stolen by New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand's pushing. New Zealand's running. Oh, they're running. Oh, they are running. Oh, let's go. Out of bounds. Number 5 saves that.
For the visitors, who were
Malid saved that. New Zealand with the ball again.
The All Whites are in all black. It feels like they're the away team. That's why. They're ranked 85th in the world, which is 65 places below Iran. Perhaps a little surprising Iran are ranked that highly, but.
Well, that's because of the success. Like, according to like
just above Denmark.
Like ChatGPT, they're basically their rating higher. Oh my goodness, my food. I'll be right back, guys. I have to get my food.
Been getting the ball, but this is a dangerous situation.
Torami taking off Sermon.
Good defended by the young player, Sermon. Phil Neville, when he was at Portland Timbers, spoke highly about him last season, this season as well. Calm on the ball. And what I loved about it there, he didn't dive in. He didn't make the attacker's mind up. He just stood and said, beat me. You played the big bucks, you beat me.
Well, they have the one star name, of course, that everybody knows in Chris Wood, the veteran Premier League player, Nottingham Forest. Well, you need to be able to get him the ball. That is the key. And without Matt Garbutt, agonising injury for him, hamstring injury in training, and they just had to replace him at the very last minute. But they just don't have that quality in depth. But perhaps other sides do. Now this is a nice play with Wood playing in just at Motherwell in Scotland. Zion has already put in a couple of balls from that right-hand side. Now here's Yusufi. Oh, and that was a tantalising ball through from Mohanlu.
That's what they have to be careful with, New Zealand, is turning the ball over, because they've got experienced players throughout this team. Well, the average age is, 32 years of age against someone who's 28. So they know the big occasion, they know the time, and you can feel it in this stadium. As soon as they get it, everyone around us is standing up. There's a real positive energy in this stadium when they get the ball to go forward.
A reminder that the Persian Golf League was suspended in February, which means that the goalkeeper and the entire back four for Iran tonight have not played league football since.
Wait, they haven't? No way.
23
kicks it.
Now played internationally, and they're trained.
That's crazy. So this is basically an entire new unit. Oh, they have the ball up front. That was so close. That was so close by Arya. That was legitimately like razor thin. Such a crazy pass, but it almost paid off. That was pretty nice.
They're not standing up, they're pulling out wide, there's gaps everywhere. The transition is good, they switch to play. They just need to get hold of the ball. So just slow it down, get it in midfield, just get some more touches, invite them in a little bit. Don't be so anxious to get the ball forward. Keep hold of it. Let them come out. Just breathe a little bit in the game because they're trying to play at the same tempo and they can't.
We've seen a few times earlier on here, Warren, that Ramin Razayan, the right back, swinging the ball either into the box or over to the far side to Yusufi.
Yeah, that's going to be something that they want to do. They want to bring you over to one side because we know with New Zealand they are very compact. So that leaves that long diagonal ball, and then it's a one-on-one situation. We didn't take full advantage just then. Good play. That's what your hold-up play needs to do.
Here is Chris Wood.
Keep hold of it.
Trying for his strength, his finishing ability. Now here's Just. Trying to find Just again. Oh, Chris Wood. Just!
Oh my God. New Zealand just scored. Holy moly.
New Zealand up and running at the FIFA World Cup.
And it all starts with the big man up front, holding the ball up. Then you've got a supporting cast behind you.
Who did that?
I told you don't run him off. There's the ball first. Does he flick it on? No. Hold it. Wait for support. No one closes him now. Now they're backing off. There's gaps. And I just love the little flick into the area here. He puts it in the little dip. Good control.
That was so nice.
Finish. This is on the volley, in the back of the net.
Elijah, good job. Oh my
Wonderful
God.
hold-up play again. Good experience. Turns around. Now I'm running at you. Now I need a bit of support. He gets it. And what a clean finish that is, Jackie.
Beautiful touch.
A first World Cup goal for Elijah Just.
That was a beautiful
Motherwell
touch.
in Scotland. Oh, he's been linked with Celtic
Good job to
and
Elijah.
Rangers. What a moment for him and his country. We knew Chris Wood was highly likely to be involved in any kind of New Zealand goal.
All right.
And his
Now
class,
Iran
his
is on
composure,
the counter. Let's see.
helping to set up the goal for Just.
Padawan said it in the studio. Now he knows about being a striker, holding the ball up, how important it is.
It was so crazy because
said about his hold
you
up
thought
play,
they had
waiting,
the gap
knowing with the
closed,
experience
but they
that no
didn't.
one was behind it. Defenders back off. Now, as you rightly said, Jay, they haven't played a competitive game themselves for a number of months. So you go into an occasion like this, and you're playing against a striker that's been injured for a lot, but he finished off the season at Nottingham Forest with a few performances.
Doing a little midfield action, very nice.
So he's ready to go. He's lively, and I said with his players around him, they just need to time their run.
Chris Wood with his injury problems. He only scored one Premier League goal since August, which should be a little surprising to many, but with the injury problems, and we know the quality that he has over many years with various clubs. A real leader. I watched his press conference yesterday, and he was not getting involved in anything remotely controversial. He's been around the block.
They're probably a little bit tight
long
because
time.
now like they have to like
Centre forward.
Well, actually, I thought
you have to be
his list of clubs that he's been for. We haven't got enough time.
aware of that. They just scored in the first 7 minutes of the game.
He's done a good job everywhere he's played. You know, obviously, I know about
They're
him when
clearly
he was at
been ready.
Newcastle for that short space of time, and everybody at that football club spoke
So now
highly of him. His
the
attitude,
entire
his
strategy has to change.
commitment.
Like they need to.
There's no surprise he's still
not
playing at
leak.
that age and bringing people into the game.
Yeah, he started in the West Bromwich Albion Academy at the
That's
age of
too hard.
17 back in 2009. Now he's 34 years of age at Nottingham Forest. Probably best known for his goals at Burnley as well in the Premier League. And there's Darren Baisley, former Wolverhampton Wanderers right back. Walsall as
Amount
well.
passed by New
and
Zealand. Oh,
Watford
they're ready.
from Northampton in England
they're
originally,
coming.
but a really accomplished right back.
Oh, New Zealand
Do
is
you know of any
running.
others around here?
Number 20 from New Zealand. He is on the move.
Now here come New
Coleman.
Zealand again, finding a little bit
Callum.
of space with McCowett. And his
Pass. Kickoff.
It's away, not convincingly by Namati.
Oh, they passed it right back.
McCowett, the man who's taken the place of the really unfortunate Matt Garbett of Peterborough United in the third tier of English football. A really strong progressor
all
of
the
the
way
ball
back.
for New Zealand. And whilst they might not have star names, particularly apart from Wood, they are so used to playing
They
together.
bring it all the way
and
back to
that
the
one
keeper?
can count for quite a lot.
Yeah, they have a club mentality, you know, being around, understanding the situation, the tendencies that they had. And they've got back into it. We, you know, nearly 40% they've had the ball. Earlier on, they was down to 25, but now with
free
that
kick?
goal, with the confidence they have and their game plan to go into the forward early, he can hold it up, bring other people into the game.
Well, the FIFA president Gianni Infantino was in Seattle earlier on to the first match. Will he see an actual win today? That is the question.
Well, we've seen the goal. There's a lot of ties, and what a performance against Spain as well. You want to say about a 40-year-old goalkeeper. Seattle is where the next game for the US. That is going to be
nice.
One ticket that you want to have.
Good save by.
Yeah, most certainly. The United States
inside.
against
New Zealand gets it
Australia
back.
in Seattle on Friday the 19th.
Oh, New Zealand gets it back.
That's
Oh my
gonna be-
God.
the touch from
Oh
Chris
my
Wood.
goodness.
Now it's Justin, the
It might be
goal
2-0.
scorer
He messed that up.
Singh, lovely feet from Sarpreet Singh.
It was about to be
Just
2-0.
could not compose himself at a vital moment.
Yeah, that was that.
And I love the fact, not only, but just the young 26-year-old, he's joining in, he's helping, involved in the goal. You can only imagine what's that lifting. But here he is again, picking up the second ball, giving it to Singh, who always wants it on his left foot, just trying to whip round it on the outside of his left foot. But unfortunately, just got it wrong. Here's a better angle. He's just trying to swerve it with the outside of his foot, but didn't quite get round the ball. But such a promising sign that you're getting 2, 3, 4
He did something really good there.
in the opposing box early on in
He
this
was
game.
physical.
You would expect for Iran to
He wasn't
dominate.
allowing them to just take his
Second,
space. That
one
was
thing
a
I would
really
say,
good.
they've got experience in this team. They're not
Really
going
good
to
chance
panic.
up, but they got it. Oh my God.
Plenty of it. Singh swings a lovely looking ball in. Kodos giving it away.
The Iranian team, I don't know, they are unraveling.
Talk of experience. The
That was
goalkeeper's
just
33, and then in defence,
a
they've got a
not good, like,
37-year-old in
pass
Khalilzadeh.
to the
Matt is
midfield.
over 30, so is Mohammadi. And the right back,
New Zealand chases it down.
Hussain, 36.
Number 2,
Been around
kick,
for quite some time, and they have some more defending to do
defended
here.
off, blocked again.
Still, I think there was a touch on
Kicked
there
again.
from Mohammadi on the way through. Way by Namati.
Well, there's a sign that they're panicking. They're snatching at their clearances. Normally you'd be composed, maybe
Corner
take a
kick
touch.
coming.
But as I said, they're just getting a little bit flustered at the moment. They're asking questions, and that's one of the question marks being thrown at the coach. He has gone with experience. There is younger players coming through, but he said, no, I'm going to go with experience. That's what I want. Now, we've seen with certain coaches that can get you the sack, that can get you fired earlier on.
Sabri Lamouchi found to
New
his
Zealand?
cost. Stamanic. New Zealand, after their early goal, full of confidence here.
Jeff, you know what they're doing really well? They're anticipating the second ball. Where we've seen New Zealand players anticipate it's going to go left, it's going to go right. They're always optimistic where the ball's going to go. They're
Another
proactive.
corner kick.
They're not reactive. They're thinking, right, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to gamble that it's going to drop here.
It's crazy. It's only been 15 minutes. Like, literally only been 15 minutes. All right.
Taken short by Kakachi.
They have it outside of the box.
Bell.
Number 13.
They're loaded up at the back post. if they can get it in there.
Broken up easily. What? Oh, no way.
Oh, an ambitious effort. Oh,
Wait.
it's fallen for Chris Wood.
Wait. No way. Oh my. Oh, they are
Everybody inside
nervous.
this stadium expected the net to bulge
Oh my goodness.
any second.
Hmm?
And somehow
Wait.
So listen
That's
to
a
this
foul.
crowd.
That's a clear yellow card.
Stamanic making his presence felt against
That wasn't a yellow
Saman
card.
Kodos
What's that?
then.
Wait, hold on. What?
He wanted a
That should.
free kick from our referee.
Yeah, that
Cesar
should have been at
Ramos
least a free
from
kick.
Mexico.
That was kind of crazy.
Happy to let the game flow. Dare I say we have Dr. Joe Matnick on standby today in case there are any controversial officiating issues, and he's been very chill today. He's been able to have a few cups of tea, watching every single moment, but hasn't been called
I
upon
bet
as yet.
he is.
Probably.
I'm guessing that's
Everybody
their head
like
judge,
it.
or
You're so English, cup of tea. You think Dr. Joe has a cup of tea? He's a coffee man.
oh,
Do you reckon?
oh, opportunity.
And here's Kodos. Kodos
Do it!
with the composure.
Ah, no. That wasn't going in, but the fact that he should have at least tried to fake him out and then like get a graceful like bounce over him and then try to continue that play.
Yeah, he pulled the first bit very well. A little quiet turn on the edge of the box, and I think it hit it with your left. We was privileged to see Australia play against Turkey.
All right, let's see what number
Very
17
similar
can
to
do.
what we've seen.
All right.
Staying on your
Oh
feet,
yeah.
not
All right,
diving
so
in,
they
not
really
letting
want
the
him to be
opposition
like a
have
focal point
any
on
leeway.
at least
But it's that
the initial
concentration
attacking
and it's that
offense. So
focus
let's see.
that you have to go right the way through the game.
Wait. No. Wait. Wait. Oh
Play
yeah.
by Sermon. Important intervention by Boxall.
All right, let's see what Iran can do. They're down 1-0.
If it's goals you're after, then what about France-Senegal tomorrow? Or Iraq against
France-Senegal
Norway.
tomorrow.
Erling
Ooh, I'm
Haaland,
watching
is
that.
this his time to shine as he finally gets his opportunity on the big stage? Argentina, know any big names playing for them? Up against Algeria, they have a few themselves. Coverage starting at 2 p.m.
We
Eastern,
know about
or 11 in the
Argentina
morning
way too
Pacific.
much. We need to let's see what clear push. Clear push.
And there's a challenge by Sermon. Was it a
Clear
little too
push.
physical? Oh, they were screaming for
Clear push.
a penalty.
Clear push. Come on, bro.
Yeah, he's done great, so just block
Come on.
the run-off. You're allowed to do that. You can block people off. He's not got behind him and tripped him. He's actually just got his body. He's come across there. There's a little arm, but he's gone down far too easy. Look, he's looking at the ball. He knows where he is. Just easing him out.
Come on. You gotta get give a free kick or something. Come on.
We don't tend to get penalties for those.
That's like 2 fouls. That's
Unless
crazy.
there's a specific shove, a movement by the arm. If it's more of a
It
shoulder
was
to
literally
shoulder,
he literally did a little bit of
They're
that.
not
You could
technical
tell.
foul.
Like, come on.
Because you've got your elbows in. I understand. You're doing your elbows in my face.
Like
This is
yeah,
a
like
chance
you
where you think
can
he's
allow a free kick. You
Pull the
should
trigger.
allow a free
Touch. He
kick.
just couldn't quite out of his feet. But we spoke about defending as well. You know, getting down, blocking him off as he comes down. The touch. He just got stuck under his feet slightly as it span round. There's that little touch just there, just to put him off enough.
That's the centre
a very
forward, by
good
the way,
block.
getting back
And you
and
think,
tackling against the centre
Yeah, that's
forward.
a
And it's
very
the
good
same
block.
player who's down at the moment, but what a moment that was defensively.
yeah, defensively,
Really good
like I'm
block.
saying, normally you go in there, but he's just causing them a few problems. With not with his physical, but Pablo Angel said it as well. His movement. He doesn't pin himself up. He drops a little bit deeper. He will get physical and push you back, but he's quite happy.
If he's
Just to have the
injured
ball
and they
when he
don't
needs it,
allow,
bring
at
other
least
people
that's
into it.
pretty crazy. I will be really honest. That's like not okay.
A heroic moment up the other end from
Right.
this man who plays his football in the United Arab Emirates, formerly of Santa Clara in Portugal. Usually been a
I understand
substitute
playing physical,
for
but
Iran and hasn't scored for them.
If that same play happens and they don't
September
like not
2023.
let it go, that's
Wasn't even in the
like a
preliminary
weird
squad
thing, a
initially
weird
for
vibe.
this tournament until there was an injury scare to Cheshmi. And here he is starting the first game and denying Chris Wood what would have been a certain second.
Yeah, with that ruling as well, with
All right,
the
they're
treatment,
just
he's got to have a
serving
minute
up
off.
there
and
in
that's
the middle.
to keep the
They
game
are
going.
coming.
So
Oh my
just have
goodness,
to
that was a good save.
There's a little space here for
That was a good
Singh.
save.
Himself.
Oh, that could have been disastrous
He's
for
finding
Iran. Oh
great
my
little
God, they
pockets
saved
behind
that.
The two holding midfield
New Zealand
players are
was
he's
hungry,
picking up
and
space.
they
He's not dropping too deep, so they're
yeah.
maybe in the corner of their eye. He's actually running in behind them, so they can't see where he is.
That's
They're trying to look, but if they
very,
do that, they can go
very,
into
very.
midfield. If not, you
That
go
was
into number
not-
10,
oh my-
get the ball.
I was about to say.
Webby of Rostov
Okay.
in Russia
Good, nice little volley around
out
the
of it.
field.
is just a goal scorer. Now Singh. He's shown a few lovely touches, hasn't he? Sarpreet Singh.
Well, finally now he's back on. He's had to be off the field for that minute, and that's, you know, a concern for players. If you are injured, you better make sure, because if not, you're down to 10 men with that ruling. I like it, Jackie. You know, if you stop players faking injuries,
It's their
going down,
midfield.
that's that new ruling that they've had.
Iran's midfield
Not
needs
from
to
the
get a
goalkeeper,
lot,
of
just
course,
like
but
more
in theory,
tighter.
players are not allowed
Like
to approach
these,
the bench
these
for
passes
an
to
opportune
try
timeout.
to
The
get
idea
the
being to try and keep the
opponent to
game
like
flowing.
maybe break apart is just
They do
not
obviously
working.
have
They
a
need to
hydration
be
break in every
playing a
single
little bit
match, so they don't want any
better.
more
New
breaks.
Zealand
And
is
hopefully
playing
they
their
won't
house money now.
feel
Like
they need to necessarily if they know that they're going to get that moment when they are allowed
they are
to.
going to take the chances,
converse
so
with
I
their
will tell you that.
coaches.
Yeah, and also the substitution. You've got to get off pretty lively rather than walking around doing a standing ovation. You've got to get off the field. But just to set up now as well with New Zealand, they've got a nice solid back four. Bowen particularly's got the freedom to come through. They balance the way they come around. They shuffle around into one areas. That's not in, and then as soon as it transition goes the other side. So what Iran's got to do is make it quicker, make it more incisive. Because at the moment, it's down to New Zealand's pace. They're okay when it's like this.
14 is
Iran's got to be sharp in the wider areas. Maybe be a bit more broad with the ball. You know.
Tim Payne, really important touch.
That's the best.
Payne as well.
Literally,
He's a
this is
celebrity.
literally the best
Extraordinary. His
possession they've
Instagram
had
followers
all
are up
game.
to
Literally.
pushing towards
Like
6 million. It's
actually,
about
literally, this is
5.6
the
as he
absolute
was
best
picked out by
possession
an
they've had.
Argentinian
And
influencer as being probably the
New
least
Zealand.
known player at this World Cup. So they decided to try to make him into a star. And now
Nice.
he is. With that number of followers, he
Very
started
nice.
advertising slightly awkwardly for
Should we do that
apt to
with the
learn-
announcers? Should we
apt
do
to
the
learn
most,
languages.
most unpopular announcers and see if we get any
Not
followers?
unpopular, just
Oh,
less well
okay,
known.
okay, all right.
Popular Tim Payne. It's softly spoken. Well, Iran would love to get back in level terms before the hydration break in around a minute or so's time. And it's opened up. That wasn't the ball. That wasn't the ideal ball that they needed. And now here's Wood, who created the goal for Just.
Yeah, again,
All
clever
right,
play.
New
You know, not
Zealand
forcing
back
the issue, not
on
giving
their
the ball away
side.
cheaply.
They are on the far
As a
right.
centre forward, your main job is
Number
to keep hold of the
two,
ball.
kick,
and obviously
number
score goals,
10.
but more importantly, hold the ball.
Sarpreet.
Payne, finding Singh. Cowett.
Oh. Oh my.
And here's
Oh.
Joe Bell.
Oh my.
He's in.
Oh,
he
for
should
a
have played him.
second,
Should have
it
played
looked
him.
as though he's going to find Kakachi. Cowett closed down just in the nick of time. By Azatolani.
Oh.
If he's on that
Oh.
left-hand side, get your head up.
Ptolemy, look at all the space.
Ooh.
Look at the space to his left. He's not taking it.
That was a missed opportunity. Oh my god. There's no way you don't score
Well,
that.
they
There
backed
is
off, like you said,
no.
They're backing up because they were worried about
Who was
the
that?
runners either
Who
side.
was that? There is no way. Was that Mehdi?
Yeah, it looked for all the world as though he was just going to slip it to his left-hand side.
Yeah, there's no
Perhaps
way
he
you
saw one of
don't
the
score
defenders
that.
moving over to open up a bit of space for him.
But the two centre halves kept
yeah,
on
that was a
backing
missed
off, so that
opportunity,
gave him the
brother.
space. They didn't go in and make his mind up again.
Oh,
They
yeah,
backed off
that was
and maybe
oh,
rode a
that
little bit of
was a
luck with it
missed
crashing
goal,
off the post.
Yusufi
Aaron,
was
you
calling
missed
for it. In
that.
fairness to
That
him, he
was-
didn't complain afterwards in a way that a lot of players would have been absolutely fuming
That
at
was
not
a
receiving
goal.
it.
Like that should have been a G O A
Name
L.
on
There's
this
no way.
team sheet in terms of
wasn't a goal.
international recognition.
You gotta
and
get a little
Olympiacos of
aggressive
Greece,
because that's kind of
previously
crazy.
been the star man at
All right,
Porto
pass
in
back to the
Portugal.
keeper.
Yeah, and he has scored 59 international goals, so you tend to give him that opportunity. But that's the
Max.
moment there with New Zealand just turning the ball over quite cheaply, and then we've seen Iran quite good in the transition. They're not a team that are really known for that, with the lack of pace that they've got. But they use that quite well. There's a big hole there. Bell got called in. There was a massive hole in behind.
Winner of this match, if there is one, will be top of this group. Bearing in mind there was a draw earlier between Belgium, who are very much favourites to win this group,
So
and
okay,
Egypt.
so ooh,
No Salah getting on the score
yeah, there
sheet
was a
there.
draw.
But New
So
Zealand,
you
as things
definitely need
stand,
to
will
win.
see themselves at the top of the table, and they've never ever progressed from a group. They've never won a game at a FIFA World Cup, this being the third time they've qualified.
New Zealand is cooking.
Just
Okay.
But I can't
New
emphasise
Zealand
enough.
starting
Yes,
to
Wood, but it's
feel it.
supporting people around them. They're taking
That's
the
their
chance.
fourth opportunity.
They know that he's going
What's
to
the call?
influence the game somehow, whether he's physical presence or whether bringing other people into the game.
Well, here is the hydration break. And the only goal of the game so far being
Hydration
scored
break.
by Eli Just. Chris Wood, instrumental in the build-up. And I'll be looking for more of that in a moment.
Hydration break. All right, I guess.
This isn't the best seat in the house. This is.
All right, what do you guys think? So far. While they're on commercial break, we're going to just watch a few matches. What you guys think of that, man? The first like 20 minutes, pretty good, not too bad. They're on commercial break. Wait, what the hell? Oh, there we go. I'm really watching this. Just keep How many hydration breaks are there in a match? Is it? I'm assuming it's like, is it one per quarter? That would actually make sense. I think that would be like really helpful. Ooh, Senegal and France tomorrow. That's gonna be so crazy. Argentina, Algeria. I'm rooting for Algeria and Senegal, obviously, but I think France does have a chance. Big chance. All right. Action is back. Oh.
In this 70,000 arena, I'm just looking away to my left on the top tier of this wonderful stadium. We can see the hills in the background, the palm trees peeking through, even though there's a roof on here. It's not enclosed at all. There's plenty of air flowing through it. And Sarpreet Singh there, the man in the picture, has shown some really silky skills in this first half in a way to try and unlock this Iranian defense, which is so experienced.
Has impressed me a lot. Who else? Who else from that team has impressed me?
One was very animated from New Zealand. He was
I'm fine with the defenders,
focused,
but
making sure that don't give any cheap goals
he's
away.
been my guy. I like him a lot.
More composed, and actually,
that guy
the
too.
captain was actually leading the talk about what to do, where to go. So I think that just shows you the influence that he has, not only as a player scoring the goals, but also on the team.
All right, Iran pushing the ball up. New Zealand winning back.
Westwood missing out.
Oh, he is pushing. Oh, he's pushing. Oh, he is pushing. Oh, he's. Oh, that was a trip. That's a trip up.
Let's try and find Moebi.
That's a trip up. That's crazy. That's a trip up.
He's claiming a penalty and absolutely fuming about not being awarded. Oh, the goalkeeper's too slow here, Crocombe. Helped out by Pikachu, but still he could be punished.
You have to punish.
Wow, break that down. One, the delivery. Thinking, and it's taking far too long on the ball.
You have to punish that. You have to punish that.
And then he's out there, you think, could that be a free kick? And then just
yes,
on the
hello,
outside,
mother. I'm
just
streaming.
across it too much. There you just see looping away. A little bit better technique. A bit more power on the ball. But they're the little signs, you know. They've just had the break. The concentration's not there in the back line.
It wasn't clear who would be the #1 starting goalkeeper today until the lineup came out. Max Crocombe got the nod in the end, the 32-year-old from Millwall, who lost his place in February at Millwall. And then Anthony Patterson joined on loan from Sunderland, and now Pikachu.
So what's the play now?
Good work by the left back again. I think that just emphasises how much they've grown into this game. Pretty even now with possession. At the beginning of the game, it was like 70-30, but now New Zealand have come into it. They've had 7 attempts. The corner has only been 1, but they're the team at the moment looking a little bit more threatening. What New Zealand have to do is don't make mistakes. Let the opposition beat you.
Hodos, the man who had that effort a few moments ago with the goal gaping, but couldn't make it count, was Zion. Oh, and Hodos!
That's kind of crazy, No, I know, but that's
good technique. Just as it's bouncing, it's very difficult. It's on the half volley to bounce, but he tries to get his body, but just leaning back slightly, and that's why it goes high. If you can get his body over the ball, his left shoulder, dip down a little bit more, he can hit it into the turf, and it might give him a problem. But
no, that's not okay.
He's had now the man who helped Brentford into the Premier League. 4 years there, also played in Sweden under Graham Potter.
Which is fine, but that's a hint. It's like, if we can help you to like all this.
Came so close, hit the upright, and he fancies another crack here, Taremi. A chance for New Zealand. Oh.
Yeah, the head on hand says it all, you know. Just hold the ball. One thing you don't want is to get into a race with the back line. He's not going to run in behind. You need it to his feet, just trying to slip the ball in.
Is there any way they would?
The back
Is there any way they would allow you to fix that?
Don't get involved with the fall in, the dive in. You know, don't get angry. Focus on what you're doing. You've got a tendency as a player, if you see your opposition rolling on the floor, that you sort of get aggressive and you lose the focus of what you're trying to do.
In an emergency situation, would you get us prepared to restart the process over again for like a month there?
Very, very busy in the midfield for Iran. Zion again.
Yeah. If you could have got
Moebi.
That is not good.
Mohammadi. Yusufi always available on that left-hand side. He wasn't found when Taremi was in the centre and had all the time in the world to find him. He went alone and hit the post, but we wouldn't have been mentioning that had it just crept inside the post, of course. Now here's Resign again. He's already popped in a few deliveries from this right-hand side. Rodas with a touch. And there is equaliser. The flag has stayed down.
Well, if you guys didn't communicate the last week, that's a problem. But the fact he should have sent the papers.
And it's Ramin Resign with the equaliser for Iran in Los Angeles. A big goal for a side who's had to put up with so much off-field wise. And now they're concentrating on the football.
Look at that touch. That's what makes the goal. That little touch on the edge of the area. And again, that anticipation, the little run that comes in behind them. First of all, the touch, but look at this, for outside of it, just pokes it round as the advancing goalkeeper comes out. But it's that touch on the edge of the box that makes it. Fizzed in, little one-time touch, and that wonderful little flick round the corner. Cue the celebrations.
So for the week, do you have a plan or like what's
against
the
Wales in Qatar, and he's done it almost 4 years later. He hasn't played league football since February.
That is not the point.
Side,
The league is get you in this situation because that is.
And also, I think when they
crazy.
had that break, they've been more of a team that have been focused, whether it was talking by the players, there was just a little bit to get there.
If you had
switched
somewhere to
on,
sleep,
but
you had somewhere to
we
sleep
had a
for
mistake
tonight.
at the back for the goalkeeper. We've had a couple of fouls, we've had the opportunities. They're the ones, I said, with that experience have maybe used that break to their advantage. Because for New Zealand beforehand, it was all going calm. There was a lot of calm. It just gives now the opposition time to get composed.
We're back to just. New Zealand trying to regain their lead in double quick time. The embarrassing one for McCowett.
Yeah, that'll be on YouTube, don't worry about that. For the wrong
There's
reason.
nowhere to hide now, is
No.
there? On Wood, who's waiting.
What a block that was. Just New Zealand at the moment just want to clear their heads a little bit, but look at this defending, you know, stretching out because Woods is going to put that away. You could see his eyes are lit up, he's going to pack it in there, but what a defensive block that was.
Kalozade with the vital interception.
Good referee as well. He's an experienced referee. I've dealt with him enough in Liga MX. He understands the occasion, he understands players' personalities, but you always know he's in charge. And just here with a head injury, a clutch of head, just making sure both players are okay, and now we're back on with the game. And that might help New Zealand just have a little breather for 90 seconds just to get refocused. They've just lost their rhythm.
Iran in their 4th successive World Cup finals. New Zealand haven't played at this level since 2010 in South Africa. Only Chris Wood, the number 9, the captain. And Tommy Smith on the bench, a veteran who plays football in the 6th tier of English football. We're on that roster. James Gordon and the After Hours crew will be on Fox tonight for another nightly wrap of today's World Cup action, and they'll have a special guest you may or may not have heard of, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You've got to tune in for that. Zlatan with James Corden. That's on Fox tonight at midnight local time.
He's box office. And I'm not talking about
James Corden.
Yeah, I'm not talking about James.
He's sing for New Zealand. Away by Namatu. Yeah, centre forward that time. Kanlu does get the foul. Stamanic of Swansea City in the Championship in England with the foul.
You want an opportunity for players, like you said, 6-tier range, playing or involved in the World Cup, being here. Players are playing in the Championship, having that opportunity, and we've got Messi coming tomorrow, we've got Mbappe, got the US on Friday in Seattle, so roll on the World Cup. And certain England will be playing as well, the favourites.
Feels like this World Cup's been going on for a long time already. We've seen so many fabulous matches, and England is a little way from playing.
It was working with me.
Just. Goal scorer Ramin Rizaian, the equaliser for Iran, 36 years of age. Also played in Qatar and Belgium under Carlos Queiroz when they've previously been at World Cups. He tended to prefer the players to play in Europe. But this head coach, Amir Khalanoui, doesn't mind. A lot of them play in Iran, in United Arab Emirates. Stamanic has made a run through the centre, Frank Lampard style. And they come again, New Zealand. A little space here, it's whipped in towards Wood, but
I don't mind that though. Seeing, I know he's gone too heavy with his delivery, but he'll feel a lot better after that goal going in. Whether it was a little few words that he had, and he didn't have that many words to say in the conversation. It was more led by the captain and the leader of the team. They've definitely come out after that dehydration break a lot more on the ascendancy, a lot more positive. Ooh.
Well, that's not looking good for Webby. He went down in a real heap, didn't move for a few seconds, and the referee spotting it now. It was Talahi who was caught.
Yeah, also the way he landed as well, so it could be two areas that they're looking at. There's that little touch there, and then once it bounces out, I love the technique, like how he's leaning back and he just knows he's just got to get it past the goalkeeper. That touch there opens up. You think they've blocked it, but the anticipation, just the run off the shoulder was enough to tuck it in. We're saying about their age, the average age, and obviously haven't played since February. I wonder later on, like in the game, how that's going to influence it. We know with New Zealand, they've got some young players, haven't had this experience, only two you said in this roster to go out and play. But I just wonder, yes, it's good having experience, but you haven't kicked a ball in anger for a long time, and then you've had the journey, the games. So I think later on you're going to look at the substitutions. But there's a wonderful atmosphere in the stadium. Now, we was here lucky enough with the US, and the boys didn't let us down there. The performance in the first 45 minutes was superb.
Mexican wave is going around the stadium, certainly in these top two tiers. No, we didn't join in. But this is a concern here for Saeed Ezzatolahi, who plays in the United Arab Emirates.
And this is the goal as well. Two good, wonderful touches on the end of the area, and then the technique, and just to put that down, and everybody's celebrating the 26-year-old from Motherwell. Yes, we can see you. We can see you, young man. That's what it means. I love these pictures. Are so emotional. See, the Englishmen are quite reserved. You know, we've seen other coaches run up and down, slide, and we just get in there and back to business again.
There's a little punch from Darren Baisley, a 53-year-old. Been in the job for 3 years now, apparently very popular with the players, particularly the ones he picks, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would think. But he's been around the 19s, the 21s. He's been around with the Football Association in New Zealand, so he understands, you know, the players, the youth players coming in, and I think that gives him a real understanding of what he needs, and that's why he's got a nice blend of a bit of experience, but also some good young players. And there's an experienced player at the back there from Minnesota. So they're going to need him, you know, in these moments. Get to half-time, you know, it's not, you conceded a goal, but you're still very, very much in this game.
Well, that man there, the general, as they call him, the 62-year-old Amir Khalanoui, received a little bit of criticism in Iranian circles for being too reserved in his selections, going for older players, several of which a lot of the supporters thought would have finished their international World Cup cycle last time around, but have been selected again. But then one of them is 36, and he scored the equaliser.
Exactly. Age is just a number. Look at Ronaldo.
We're looking forward to having a look at Ronaldo, aren't we? Here's Joe Bell.
What Messi, certain Messi beforehand, and Mbappe coming along. Well, again, that's going to be France, Senegal. They will not fear France, Senegal. They will go toe to toe.
We're talking about Ramin Razayan, who's been really busy on this right-hand side with the equaliser. He's the oldest goal scorer ever at the FIFA World Cup. Well, coming up, it's the Visa halftime show on FS1 with Jules Breach, Mikel John Obi, and Juan Pablo Angel. Oh, nice play. This is really neat and tidy. Now here's just Wood, always making a run, always moving. Kakachi. Oh, and Kakachi just denied by Khalilzadeh.
No, I've really enjoyed New Zealand, the way that, you know, sometimes you think you're playing against an opposition that are ranked highly above you. They're 20 and 85, and you're the lowest ranked team. But they've had a go at the right times. They haven't chased the game. They haven't forced the game. And here's an area, Jackie, where they can take a chance here with some set pieces. All the attention was on Iran. How are they going to play? What's their mindset going to be like? And New Zealand just said, fine, you talk about the opposition, we're just going to come out and play. And that's what the referee, he's had a good game, the ref. He's tried to let it go. But there wasn't no advantage, so that's why he blew his whistle. And we've got Wood, who's got a tremendous right foot. I think he's been taking this. He won't come out here unless he's going to have a go, because you want him at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
So from my point of view, you look at your number 9s come across. I tell you what, from that area, it would be a wonder goal. But he's confident. He's the leader. He's the captain. I think from there we're just going to try and hit it, and maybe a little bounce that was given it. It may be a ricochet from someone.
Ali Reza, Bayer and Van standing by. Chris Woods.
Easy for the goalkeeper, 6'5", just goes down, never a catch in practice, but it's a shot on target, it's an attempt.
New Zealand played England in Tampa just before this World Cup, and England won that game 1-0 with two completely different lineups for the start of each half. Of course, England supporters were watching it and wanting to work out what they could pick out from Thomas Tuchel's potential starting lineup, but he wasn't really giving anything away there. Treated it pretty much as a warm-up match, as a training game, as Iran looking to come from behind here, flicked on by Kodos. Kodos again.
I'll tell you who will start. Number 9, Harry Kane.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance here to start. Yeah, I think he'll have a chance. And
be a minimum of 6 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half, which has been end-to-end, hasn't it, Warren Barton? It's ebbed, it's flowed. Both sides have come here looking for the 3 points that would frankly take them to the top of the table ahead of both Belgium and Egypt, who drew earlier on today. Now here's Wood for New Zealand, the skipper. Well, there's the strike, but just without the power on it. That time from Callum McCowett.
And that's why you have inverted wingers that come in on their weak and their stronger foot. They start out on that right-hand side, always knowing it's going to come inside. Another comfortable save in the end. But adding to the game, New Zealand, you're right, Jack, it's been end-to-end, and that's what I've loved about New Zealand. They've not sat back and said, we're going to defend, we're going to grind out. He's been positive. He'd be absolutely delighted with his team. The next challenge for this team is to keep going. You know, there are going to be some changes, but can you keep the same principles? Can you keep the same attitude?
Just finding Wood. It was wonderful control from Chris Wood in the build-up to that goal.
Well, also good awareness, knowing that a defender's not there. He's felt that he can't feel his breath on the back of his neck. He knows, so he's just turned and then he's bringing other people into the game. Just looking at, in my opinion, I think New Zealand need to get the half-time. There's a few players that are running on empty. I know we've had the hydration break, but it's not so much the heat and the condition, it's the nerves of the game. You know, you can only imagine these young players never played at this type of level and expectation, so it is going to drain you. Then you can get in at half-time, get focused, and then somehow or another, you know, as an athlete, you find that extra gear and that little bit of energy that you need for the second half performance.
Woods waiting for it. It's fair to say New Zealand weren't majorly extended in qualification. They won the Oceania qualification, being unbeaten. They beat 5 teams ranked between 157 and 190. And now for the first time, one place from Oceania is guaranteed a spot at the FIFA World Cup. So we can expect them to be here on a fairly regular basis from now on. They beat Fiji 7-0 in the semi-finals, ranked 154, and then in the final beat New Caledonia, ranked 151. Don't tell the Italians.
Bloody hell. Sorry, I had to get that in. Yeah, sorry.
Now with the long throw from Yusufi. Oh! Just for a second, Kroken wasn't too sure where that was heading.
Yeah, he's not filling me with confidence. You touched on that they've had to make a decision in goal, and just look at his starting position. You know, he's too much to his right-hand side. Don't gamble. Don't guess. Because this little touch could have flown into the back of the net because he's taken too much of a chance on the other side. Now the captain with the referee just telling him to get on with the game to keep the energy going in this stadium.
And Mahanlu has been in the thick of the action at both ends. Well, there's a live table, and look at that. Iran and New Zealand level on points. Belgium and Egypt. What are people expecting? Not quite the golden generation anymore, is it, of Belgium, but certainly expecting them to come top at the end of the 3 games. Ooh. Bayer and Vance to be on alert there. But it's a huge incentive, and these 2 teams have played in this first half, Warren Barton, as if this group is there for the taking. And here come Iran. Yamati.
I think a lot of people was looking at Belgium to try and get maximum points. Then you're in and around just trying to win that one game. And I think this game jumped out for both of these teams for an opportunity. You know, for New Zealand, I know there's a big gap in the FIFA rankings, but they feel they can go toe-to-toe with the circumstances with Iran players, not been playing, had some injuries, aging team. Can we take advantage of that? We've seen this quite a lot in the World Cup so far, that the defensive units stand higher up.
The goal scorer, Ramin Razayan, standing over this free kick, deep into stoppage time. He's drawn them level, and he's helped them in front. But the flag has gone up. The flag is up. And the goal will not count, for now at least.
Yeah, we'll have a look, obviously. He had no hesitation on this near side to go up. You can see when the ball's in, yes. Even with my eyes, I can see that. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of defensive units have done that. They've been brave enough to hold that line, allowing the strikers to run in there and being strong enough, being disciplined enough to allow them to drift into areas and a good organised back line. But just a sign, just an area that this game could be won on set pieces.
Ali Namati, the man who'd flicked the ball past Max Kroken. The second half is going to be fascinating, Warren. We've touched a couple of times on the fact that the Iranian league, for whom 6 of these starting players play their football, have not played in the league since February. Several of them over 30. 37-year-old centre-half is one of them, and you just wonder, towards the latter stages, whether that lack of game time might count. Although, on the other side of it, they're fresher, of course. As Chris Wood tried to warn people, don't expect them to be completely tiring. And there is the end of the first half. One that has offered so much. It's been end to
Alright,
end
guys, so the first
with
half
New
is
Zealand
over. The first
taking
half
the
is
lead
over.
through
Iran had a
Elijah
goal.
Just. And then Ramin Razayan with the equaliser. They thought they got in front just before the break, but the offside
Definitely keep
flag
in touch.
denied them. And it has been a half of plenty of talking points, Jules.
It certainly has, Jackie. A really entertaining first half, and New Zealand, the lowest ranked team in the tournament, are level with Iran at the break. So coming up, we'll take you through the highlights from the first half, and we'll also look ahead to
I don't know
Manchester
why
City
being
superstar Erling Haaland making his World Cup
They
debut
missed the
tomorrow for
opportunity there at
Norway.
the second, the last few seconds of that exchange. So I would definitely miss opportunity on Iran, and we'll see if they can pick it back up.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just meh? Can you imagine if Zlatan was meh?
I call him.
Lions cannot be called or tamed. Tiny tabs, tiny tabs.
Here comes the lion. Watch me.
All right, let's watch this a little bit. So halftime, let's go over this really fast because I have to make another call. Shots, Iran 7, New Zealand 9, on shots on target 2, 5. Possession in favor of New Zealand. Passes, New Zealand had more pass accuracy, basically tied. Fouls, Iran 2, New Zealand 4, no cards, offside 1, corners 1. Very nice. And then this is their bracket. Everybody has draws. So basically, you want this group to be like, whoever wins this game, you want to be like the head of that group, and that's where you want to start at. That was nasty? Sorry.
Oh no, not the applesauce.
Save the applesauce, guys. Don't worry. But, now... we can watch this. It's so annoying. Solange called, they locked the doors. I'm sure she was telling me something about something you guys are working on. And sounds crazy, but it's basically happening. Want to call you, see what y'all working with, or basically just get you updated if you haven't already. That's pretty much it. But yeah. If I was in a better position, it could have helped, but like, that's, bro, that's so fucking irresponsible. I don't care what's, like, that's just irresponsible in all parts. No effing reason. Stop burping. most simple way I can put it, I've literally been trying my very hardest to obtain 2 full-time jobs, because any little secret way or technique or strategy I have involves lots of money that I've only earned at my absolute busiest, and I believe I'm capable of that. The problem is, the current job I'm at now isn't really as flexible, and it isn't trying to give me that perfect schedule rather that I need. But it's not really that. It's more so I believe it needs to be consistent on time split. Basically, a consistent schedule. For a salary job, the goal was still to do more work out of that over whatever it is. Because like getting my master's, all this stuff, that is still going to require money. And we're doing fine. Just to make sure that I'm doing just the bare, that's like the bare minimum. And that's the start. That's the starting point. After that, maybe if I find some connections, and also maybe not maybe, a bit of luck. Like, I think that's honestly what it comes down to. Like, I am so very close to like getting that perfect schedule that I'm not working 2 full-time jobs, and it's still up. It's taking a while. That's why I'm a bit annoyed, but I was telling you about he offered me agencies, so I do side jobs, but that only works if like my schedule is freed up, or basically much better than what it is now, just to sit and experience. That's the short version. Who knows? Like, I have, it's so crazy because one thing I've been doing, I've really been trying to get a second job. I've been like, bro, I'll work all week. Now granted, I have messed up because the number thing, that's been messing me up a lot. Like, me not answering the calls, and I was planning jobs way back. That probably messed up a lot of opportunities. But then I'm just like, okay, this is just getting annoying. But yeah, the best way I can describe it, I just gotta keep going. I need to get out of this schedule and get into a better schedule so I can just reset everything. It's the only way to maximize that time for money aspect, because I can do all this other stuff. Like, I can stream, I can do all the other stuff that I currently still do as much as I need to do, but now like I also need to could have gotten out of that. Hold on, let me see if the game is back on. I actually don't even know.
The most simple way I can put it, I've literally been trying my very hardest to maintain 2 full-time jobs, because any little secret way or technique or strategy I have involves amounts of money that I only earn.
Still at halftime. Oh my goodness.
Yay.
That's a good hit. That's a good connection. Very good connection. Good one.
Potential changes here.
Yeah, I think it's still more to retain the ball better. It doesn't look like it's been an injury, but I think he's a player that can hold the ball up. That link-up play, I think they were missing slightly, a little bit too direct. Very interesting that we've seen New Zealand players that have been out here for 4 or 5 minutes beforehand, and the Romanian players are still in the tunnel, just about to walk out. So it just shows you the mentality and how much they're enjoying the game, where Iran have got that experience, they've got the know-how. Have they got the legs to get themselves over the line to get top of the group? Because you can win, you've had Egypt and Belgium with 1-1 today. This is obviously finely balanced. And I think both sets of groups of players and coaches would have seen we need to win this game to have any chance to go through to the next round.
A reminder that the winner of this game, if there is one, will go to the top of the group above Egypt and Belgium.
I mean,
and it is Aria
Belgium
Yousefi
is not
coming
like
off.
where's
Played
Belgium
largely wide left in the first half.
FIFA,
Made himself available, had plenty of space, but he is one of the players who plays in the Iranian league. This man is not, so he has been playing league football, and he's able to play on the right or the left. Plays for Al Nassr.
So, like, if there can be ranked above Belgium, that's very
coming inside, getting hold of the ball. So there might be a little tweak, but they go with a three in midfield maybe, and he can just play off the people.
Well, whoever does win this group, and if somebody wins here, they'll give themselves a great chance of doing so. The winner would play against a third-place team in Seattle on July 31st.
Ooh, that would be fun.
In the last 32. July 1st, excuse me. We're back underway in Los Angeles. The all-whites in the all-black, and Iran in the all-white. Got it? And there's Callum Cowart. Trying to find Chris Wood early on here. We know how well he uses his body.
Oh, okay.
As a Talahi.
Iran breaks it away. 14
Capture a
kicks it.
player who loves to get forward from left back for New Zealand. Now the chase is on here. Finn Sermon getting there first.
Excellent defending by Portland Timbers player. Let the ball bounce, didn't dive in, read the situation very, very well, just dealt with it.
Putting a lot of pressure. Very nice.
But straight away you're seeing Iran press. You know, they didn't really do that earlier on in the game. They wanted to have the ball, but they're pressing higher up the field. And that's asking the question to say, can the New Zealand players play under pressure? Now, if you sit off 5, 6, 7 yards, there's a few of us in the studio that can still play. But if you put us under pressure and ask us some questions, then it's going to be a bit difficult.
With the ball again. Press, press, press.
Zion. Now he scored his second World Cup goal. The last one being against Wales in the last World Cup in Qatar.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's a strong contrast to the possession, because earlier on it was in favour, 80% of the shots and the effort. So that just shows you how finely balanced it is, but also how efficient New Zealand would be. With their shots on target. Some of them have been able to warm the goalkeeper's hands.
Oh, what about this for a strike? They don't shoot from anywhere, Chris Wood. Definitely capable from there.
That was pretty good, though.
Explaining why he didn't pass. I think we all know why he didn't pass. Nobody needs an explanation.
He's a striker. You don't need to ask him. They just shoot. And if it goes in, everyone's a hero. If it doesn't, try again next time.
Wait, see Wood.
Chris Wood with 45 international goals to his name in his 90 appearances before tonight. Had surgery in December.
Wow.
I think even a quarter fit, Chris Wood would still be starting for New Zealand. He's such a talisman for them.
I thought that was a 3.
So capable.
Whoops.
Tim Payne.
Oh, Iran.
Joe Bell
pressure.
just missing out. Now here's Tarabi, who hit the post in the first half. It's a challenge from Payne.
Iran with a...
And we'll let this run for a corner.
Out of
Substitutes. Gaedi.
Ooh.
There's a desperation of a tackle coming. Just made a little mistake on the halfway line, but made amends by getting back.
A little mistake.
Payne. They've looked quite threatening from set pieces. I thought New Zealand could actually deal with them a lot better, but whether it was the long throw that just went off the side netting or the other deliveries that's gone across.
Well, we know Zion has a quality delivery. There's plenty of height in this New Zealand side.
All right, so we have
6'3" central defenders looking to try to clear here.
Corner kick. I think this one goes in. 23. Golazo! Oh, no. Nice.
Back to Zion.
Nice. Very
and he
nice.
manages to keep it in really well.
Oh, man.
And a strike by the substitute, Gaedi.
Good technique, but Sanesh in midfield, number 8, closing down the 24-year-old, just sensed the danger. A little cushion header, and he's just looking to dip that shoulder. And you can see the very brave
sermon underneath it.
There's the block there, just as he comes across, just throws himself at the ball.
Okanlu. Ryan.
Too much. Way too much.
Hands go up straight away. Just tries to drive it, pick it to the far post, but hands up, apologises. But he's been really, really lively. Obviously, the goal has given him a lot of confidence, but he's mixed in well. I just wonder what the coach.
I mean, even if you had a goal, like
he'll be
what
saying
you're
to
trying
his
to
team,
do there is
don't,
like you do need to
don't be
find
too open
your
earlier in
gaps,
this game.
but
The longer it goes,
that
the more
should've
chance
just
they
been
put to open up a little bit
it
around,
should've been
and
a
then
simple,
maybe, just maybe,
like
we
much
take a
simpler,
chance.
much closer, nearest person to your field. Okay.
Kache missing out. Prodos, who had a couple of chances to score, one after a mistake by Crocombe in the first half. It left his goal gaping, but he just hooked it over the top. Prodos.
Well, Max Crocombe just looks a little bit.
Now this is an
rusty,
opportunity,
nerves,
but we will
whatever it
see
is,
if
just a
they
couple
can.
of decisions.
Good job from 20 from New Zealand. All right, now they reset. They push midfield. Let's see what they do.
Now is an opportunity for
No, that's not their game. Why do they keep doing that? That's not their game.
But there's a real togetherness.
That
You can hear
corner
the fans
is
as well
not
getting
their
behind
game.
Their players, helping them out, the little touch on the edge of the area, and
That corner is just not their
trying to
game.
swerve and bring other people in
The
game.
touch
Just with
is
that time,
not
just with his left
there.
foot, just got stuck under his foot. That's why he elevates the ball and it goes over.
Yeah,
you can
but
see here it's kind of
like
a chip underneath the ball, not enough
no,
curl and bend on it.
That's not the touch.
Cause a problem.
That is not the touch.
But they've just played with a little bit more
That is not the touch.
passion in their game, should I say? A bit more assertive in what they're doing, not hesitating, not second guessing.
I'm probably going to end at the I'm going to end like the
haven't played a
65-70
game
mark.
for a long time.
Only because
Yes,
I
friendly,
didn't play in my
internationals.
stance long, and I also do have
It's
the
obviously
return
important, but you
calls,
don't have that
some important
feeling
people.
of a competitive
so I'll
game,
be
particularly in
only
a World
on to
Cup.
the 65-70 mark.
We've had a lot
again.
of emotional energy to burn, of course, with what's been going on off the field. They had their base in Tijuana in Mexico, where they've been supported by lots of the locals there, but all the questions in the press conference had frankly nothing to do with football yesterday, as you might expect with what's been going on off the field for them. But here on the field, they've projected a united front in Los Angeles, which is also known as Tehrangeles, home to the largest Iranian community outside of Iran. After the 1979 revolution, hundreds of thousands of Iranians settled in communities across western LA, particularly in Westwood and Beverly Hills. And there's Tim Payne. Sarpreet Singh, who was particularly involved early on in that first period.
Yeah, he's got to get more involved. Now, whether that's him looking for the ball or his teammates, you know, you need to get him on the ball.
They have
good pockets, good areas.
They have an opening. Let's see what they do with it.
For me, just keep feeding him the ball.
Payne.
Yeah.
He just throws in it too long.
Out of
He's got
bounds.
caught on the halfway line, and then it's just
Ireland.
there. There's your easiest decision. There's the one just to
Iran
pass it
gets
out
the ball
wide.
back. Number 20.
Substitution.
Is he a striker?
To be made here, and it is.
Yeah.
Okanlu, the player who wasn't originally in the squad at all, but not only has he been battling away up front tonight, but he put in an essential
Alapor.
block early on. Okay, they managed to
Alapor,
score
okay.
in the
Number
first
11.
half.
Yeah, he looks a little bit
Equalised,
quicker.
That's
That's
denied Chris Wood.
definitely the right substitution to
Very
make.
clear goal.
Yeah, and also he's a very tall defender, so that's another offensive weapon or offensive weapon that they've lost at the moment. So
Nice.
but he looked like he carried that knock. He had that little injury earlier on that the referee let him have some time, but he just grimacing slightly as he walked off.
Ooh.
Ali Alipur of Persepolis in Iran coming on, another of the players who hasn't played since February in the league, but he's getting his opportunity. Many people expected him to start. It was Okanlu who got the start instead. Kakache playing with Moabi.
Physical defense, nice.
Now Iran bringing the ball away. Now Kakache again. The Italian dad, that's the name.
Okay, New Zealand with a
Sing.
good chance here to
This is
score.
neat and tidy from New Zealand. Oh, this is fabulous from New Zealand.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful shot.
Wonderful goal
Beautiful
from
by New Zealand.
And it's Elijah Just again.
Beautiful
And
goal
New
by New Zealand. Wonderful
regaining
goal.
the lead.
That was the goal I saw. Fabulous.
Purely sensational. If Spain did it, if Argentina did it, you'll be saying it's off the top shelf as well. And I guess who's involved again? Wood, the little combination. We'll just watch him, little disguise here.
I just knew they wouldn't be able to defend that. Like, there's just like
the composure. The little give and go, and you think, do you hold it up? No, I'm going to lay it off to you first
corners.
time.
Oh,
just
this
put that
goalkeeper
into
is
the roof of
definitely
the net.
falling
They
for
don't
like
disappoint.
the feint of
It goes
foot.
down, but what a finish as well.
Yeah.
You've got a tendency to get in there and hit it low, but it gets
He
enough
dropped
height to
way
get it over the
too
defender
low.
and the goalkeeper. What a response.
And New Zealand heading to the top of Group G with their first ever World Cup victory as things stand.
That was a wonderful goal.
But just the intricate play, the give, the go, the movement, and then Wood just dwells on it.
So yeah, I'm
half a
gonna definitely
second,
stop
and
at
that's a long time in
65.
sport. Just
this
do I
was
keep
game
it, and as a defender, you just stand still.
Well,
just give
Iran
him
had a
enough
chance to come
time to
back,
get
but
round. And
I think they'll succeed in other areas.
Oh, what a goal. It was classy. It was so easy on the eye, my goodness.
And we have a perfect view up here, Jackie. You know, we're seeing it from the heights, and you can see tactically how they move, and as you can see the defenders backing off. As I said, any other team, you'd say, yeah, goal of the tournament.
Now, what about the reaction from Hayadi? He's been busy since coming off the bench. That's a useful-looking ball in. Oh, and it bounced right in front of the keeper, Crocombe. He managed to scramble it away.
The flag may have gone up, but you just play. And he doesn't fill me with confidence. I'm not saying he should catch it, but there was definitely, the flag did go up in the end, so maybe saved him. And just as they squeeze up there, they've had a good line, actually, clearly offside. You know, again, give him a bit of credit, but it bounces up and then he pushes it away. They've done that really well, New Zealand. They're well drilled. Maybe having a 37-yard boxer at the back there. He's been there, seen it, done it, making sure if the ball goes back, we go up. If it goes up back 10 yards, we go up 5 yards. That's the mentality you have as a defender. But now, do we see another response from Iran? Have they got the ability, the confidence, the belief, and also the energy to keep going? They haven't played competitive game a lot of this, 60% of the team, from a long time.
Pain overhitting it, but you can imagine the adrenaline coursing through the veins of these New Zealand players after that wonderful, wonderful second goal for them. Well, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to vote for your Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. Oh, there's one player that is a fairly obvious choice. The guy who scored twice, Elijah Just.
Well, we had a game earlier on with the US. There was a brace there. He's got a brace, so, you know. But just his all-round play as well. He's been busy. He's been alive.
Well, Elijah Just, the first New Zealand player in their history to score multiple World Cup goals. And scored a couple in a match for 5 years. What a stage in which to do it, and what a arena in which to do it. And here he is again. He's on a hat-trick now, Elijah Just.
Oh, a card? Are we getting the card?
Yeah, it might be a quiet word from the referee, because Payne, that was a cynical foul just to make sure that he didn't get away from him.
All right, let's go. So
for me, it's the card. But he hasn't. Maybe, as I said, with that referee, he is one for the players. He lets them play.
Tarabi, the keeper came and then he retreated. Still Mehdi Tarabi. Well played again by Sermon.
Yeah, that's not
Saw
good.
that coming
See,
and again.
they had an opportunity, and then they should have
22-year-old
kicked
from
it
Portland
out,
Timbers.
not tried to force it in, because like
Playing
they are
extremely
aware,
well
like
for his
we
side.
feel behind. Let's
Look at
keep
Woods'
the
run. He's
pressure.
run away this far side to
You gotta
create space
be a
in
little
the
bit
middle.
more
And he's brought the players with
tight
him.
than that.
We talk about movement off the ball. Why has he drifted out wide? He's never going to get the ball, but he's brought 2 or 3 white shirts away to create a big space in the middle. I think it just shows you again how possession has been equal. Look at the attempts as well, but the efficiency that New Zealand has showed getting them on target. I echo myself again. A couple was quite easy for the
They've
goalkeeper,
been
but
far
their
more
attempts.
pinpoint accurate
What
with their
matters
touches.
is the big stat in the corner, top
Because the
left-hand
shots they've
corner. 2
taken
wonderful
have
goals.
like
And
actually
the manner of the
had
goals as well that they've scored.
really some
The
zing
passing,
to it.
as you said, pleasing on the
the
eye.
shots that Iran has took so far.
We've got Messi coming along, we've got Haaland
have
coming along,
been
we've got
like
Mbappe. They would have
opportunity,
been
but
pleased with
I
that
mean,
type of
like
finish.
opportunity from where?
Flick on looking for Kodos, and there's
Even
Zeland
there,
again. We're
like,
talking about
opportunity.
potential
See, another missed opportunity.
player of the match. He's certainly one in the mix. Why central defenders don't tend to get those kind of awards, do they? Now, talking of great players, we've got some stunning international footballers coming up, haven't we? In the next few days, we've got a triple header with France against Senegal tomorrow on Fox, and that's followed by Iraq against Norway. A certain Haaland, and he's born in England, but we'll let him play for Norway. Now here's Chris Wood. Oh, and the strike just couldn't quite get a handle on it.
And there's a certain number 10 that's playing it for
Now it's probably
Argentina.
time to
A couple
eat
of people have
this
tipped them to go back to back to
wrap
win a
that
World
I
Cup.
have.
So let's see. But Haaland, you can't, I mean, for someone so young, the coach has said he's arguably the best striker in the world, and that's a big statement. When
No, he didn't say arguably. He stole us all back and said he is the best striker in the world. And he said that he's fit as well at the moment, fully fit. And imagine how much he's raring to go at his first World Cup.
My only question mark at Norway is his supporting cast enough to give him the ball. But listen, just on alone he's a handful. He can cause problems, bring other people into the game. We know at Manchester City. And again, with Senegal playing France, who are not going to fear Mbappe and the players that they got. I think Harry Kane might have something to say about that.
Officially, he was fit at the last European Championship. Not Gianni Infantino. Harry Kane we're talking about. And he's one of the favourites for the Golden Boot, Harry Kane. He must be itching to get going, England. My goodness, look at those games we've got coming up on Fox. France, Senegal, Iraq, Norway, Argentina, Lionel Messi, not just him,
It's a
but
lot of games.
fabulous supporting cast as well, against Algeria. Looking forward to watching them against Jordan, aren't we? Kodos underneath this. Just saw Singh in the corner of his eye in pain. He's Singh again.
Well played.
Missed opportunity.
Bell. Yeah, you can hear it from the coach. Unlucky, you know, keep going. You've got to encourage them. You've got to keep believing, because this sort of time in the game now where that fatigue is kicking in, that nervous energy is kicking in. You're winning the game. There could be a possibility of going top of the group when you've got Belgium and Egypt in it. So these are these moments just now where you have to dig in together. Don't cause any problems, and can we get it into our striker so he can hold up? And maybe just get to that dehydration break so you can just regroup, get some fluids in you, and then you're ready to go again.
That's
Switches
a
on.
voice of
We gotta be now. Let's go.
Our Fox World Cup coverage.
Oh!
Fine ball from Mohamedin. Oh, what about this one?
Oh, it's a goal!
And they've equalised again.
Wow. Wow.
Mohamed Mohammed
Wow.
for Iran. Relief and release for Mohamed Mohammed
Beautiful job from Mohammed.
and his Iran teammates.
Beautiful job. That's a W.
And quality. One. What a diagonal ball. What a ball to switch play. We've said about that earlier on. Now look at the movement. Can you deliver the ball? It is a wonderful delivery. It's put in with pace. It's put in with accuracy. And it's an exquisite header. Just a beautiful guide into that far post. What a scene. What a feeling. What a goal.
Ramin Rezaeian scored one and now made one. And that is what it means.
Beautiful job. Come on, Ryan.
And the left back, Haj Sefi.
One of the best games.
Coming on now. As it was inevitable, there would be the need for fresh legs as Saman Khodos
All right, so
has given
Iran is
absolutely
2-2
everything
against
in
New
that
Zealand.
midfield for Iran.
Mohammed just scored a goal.
His heart will be pumping out of his chest.
So we're going to see
the atmosphere inside this stadium is really quite something.
Final 24 minutes. Excuse me.
You see
again, I'm new. I haven't watched any of these teams before,
the names in the top left
so I won't be able to.
Indicates how many substitutions have been made. A couple already for Iran.
I'm just testing.
New Zealand still have their
the waters okay.
to come should they need them.
Mohammed with the ball again.
Must be quite draining. I mean, they don't have necessarily a huge amount of squad depth. Darren Baisley and New Zealand, a very settled starting lineup. They've really been hampered by the injury, significant hamstring injury to poor Matt Garbett in training just ahead of the first game, and he's out for the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Real blow for there with Logan Rogerson, 28-year-old from Auckland FC, replacing him, but don't have quite so many options.
No, but just I was saying that they were just looking a little bit fatigued. They was getting pulled out of areas. And,
all right, let's go.
And whether it is like for
They're
like.
making moves. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on, show me something. Oh.
Rezaeian again.
Oh my God. Oh.
And they could be in here again.
Oh, wait, again? Wait, another opportunity.
Well, I can sense it now.
Mmm.
Going now to get balls into the area.
Excellent block. Really important one by Boxall.
Yeah, just look at the facial expressions as well. He's exhausted at the moment, the 37-year-old.
Mehdi.
This is where you have to focus. You need your captain now.
Yeah, you
make sure we
absolutely
pick up. We don't concede. We don't allow any energy to get in this stadium. We're going to try and hang on and get to that dehydration break. Then we can refocus and regroup.
Heading towards the three-quarter mark of this match. The noise is deafening. Rezaeian, who's had such a significant impact on this match, has to take the corner. Good one as well. Kroken with a punch to it. Judged to have been fouled.
Yeah, he was. That was brave by Max Kroken coming out. Decided earlier on to come and clear the lines. Come through bodies. Just gets that little bit of contact after the ball was played. Just there, just his legs going away. Yeah, it doesn't surprise. Thomas in midfield. Old will slide on that wide area. They've given everything they've got. Maybe, Jackie, 3 or 4 minutes too late. You know, you can say decisions and substitutions could be done earlier. I just felt that there was a little fatigue, particularly in that midfield area. We know with Thomas at PSV, he's 31 years of age. He will make a little
so they make
block in that midfield.
Thomas and a few other people. Oh, wow.
Ryan Thomas, 31-year-old midfielder from the Netherlands, coming on. Some two, Ben Old. But it is quite a game here, just with his second goal. And then a second equaliser for Iran from Moebi. What a game we have on our hands
a good
in
equalizer,
LA.
I'll be honest.
Taco Bell's Lutz boxes are peak luxury. When you can get classics for $5, indulgences for $7, or discover new luxuries for $9, like the shredded beef dipping taco, opulence is at your fingertips whenever the mood strikes. It may even go to your head.
Excuse me, who makes this house
the hotel deal highlights from
Sublime?
Pat?
Back in love again.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux boxes.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just meh? Can you imagine if Zlatan was meh?
I call him.
Lions cannot be called or tamed. Tiny taps, tiny taps.
Here comes the lion. Watch me.
I make the game beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Don't settle for meh. The #1 live TV service now has 10 more affordable plans. Try YouTube TV for free.
There's reading the reviews. And then there's experiencing the meal with Platinum. Get access to Platinum Nights by Resi. Dining benefits at over 10,000 US Resi restaurants. And up to $400 back annually on eligible Resi purchases. So go ahead and order the chef special. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Platinum.
Catching feels for Walmart deals. Catching feels for Walmart deals.
Whoa, these prices are low.
When you dare to combine sweet and tart, you get a Sweet Tarts rope that's so sweet, you'll pucker. Sweet Tarts, dare to combine.
We're live from Inglewood, Los Angeles. The energy is high in this match. The first ever World Cup victory may well be eluding New Zealand unless they can take the lead in this game for a third time. Niger just having given them the lead twice. But Iran have come roaring back on both occasions. Ramin Rezaian at the heart of everything they've done. He scored the first equaliser. He put in a wonderful ball for Moebi for the second equaliser. But who is going top of this group tonight? Is it either of these two teams, I wonder? It is all to play for, though, with 19 minutes plus stoppage time to play.
I think that just shows you what the goal has done with the possession, the opportunities. And this game is so finely balanced, Jackie. You said it could go either way. Have New Zealand got that belief and they've got the target man up front. If he gets a chance, he might put it away. But you just feel in this stadium with the energy and the fans behind Iran, with the substitutions that they've made, you just feel that that might be enough. And there's that line just to say that he was clearly onside when the ball was played. And that's where you have a defender looking at the ball, and as an attacker, you're coming onto it, and you should be just looking at his shoulder, but take nothing away from that delivery. It was at the highest level, in a great moment, putting the ball into the back of the net. Now they can feel it at the moment. They're excited. They want the ball. The majority of the fans are behind them.
Ayadi's delivery. Emphatically cleared by Sermon, as he's done so many times this evening, the Portland Timbers man. Ayadi, oh, a lovely touch. Oh, and an opportunity for another goal for Moebi. He is one of their key attacking pieces, as he proved with the second equaliser, replacing Rostov in Russia, and now it's opened up for New Zealand.
Yeah, just keep it. Just keep it. That's okay. I'll take that foul, but just keep the ball. There was nothing up front for him, and that's a sign that maybe we spoke about Iran getting tired or fatigued. It might be the New Zealand players. You know, Woods has had to pull out into areas. So just pushing and shoving, and there's a block in, and the defender you got, Wood.
We've had 4 goals to enjoy in this game after a total of 4 goals in the first 3 matches of the day. So we're being spoilt in the entertainment capital of Los Angeles.
Just need a winner now.
I wouldn't bet against it at
No.
this rate. They're both going for it, and they just know that 3 points on the board here, and they've got a fabulous chance of progressing to the next round for the first time ever in either of their histories. And that's how the goals have been scored.
You just wonder sometimes with New Zealand, do you make some other subs? They've still got the opportunity with 3 players to come on, and that may be the energy that they need going into the last maybe 10 minutes or so. But you touched on it, Jake, there's not a great depth to come in, particularly with Wood down the middle. Does he see the whole game out? He is so important to this team, but he's not making the runs, he's not bringing people in the game like he was earlier on.
Oh, Stamanic with the stamina.
Yeah, he's been excellent, the Swansea player. He's covered every blade of grass that there is in this stadium.
Here they come again, New Zealand. Singh. Sarpreet Singh again, all around the corner, and they're in here. And they just wanted to fall for Chris Wood so desperately. Wonderful ball in, just too much height on it. Kind of hard to judge depth here, isn't it? We're near the satellite dishes up in the sky.
I'm backing off, I'm scared of heights. But again, the encouragement from the coach, the belief, and that's what he's got to do now. It's not about tactics and systems at the moment for New Zealand, it's about being together.
That's how the table looks. They can't be separated, these 4 sides in this group. Belgium very much the favourites to top it, though, if not Egypt. But why not one of these 2?
Switch.
Zion again. He is so full of confidence today after his goal, his assist. And they're in again. It's Sermon in the way again. And that man with a growing reputation. Coyote going round Tim Payne, who says no thank you. Cleverly done.
Maybe didn't have the
Insta
pace.
sensation.
Yeah, just as a fullback, didn't have the pace, but he just had his arm across him so he couldn't get round. There's the instant there. Just block him off, and it's enough, and then just ease him out. Done that a few times in my career. Just block him off a little bit so he can't get in front of you. The referee, good position again. But Wood would be looking at his teammate, just say, give me the ball, and I'll try and help you and bring you into the game. This Wood.
Big game experience, composure that he showed, and his wonderful control for Just's first goal. Sermon. Torami. Coyote. Now Torami, a little too much on it. He didn't believe he could keep it in. A couple of times he stopped. And it did go out of play.
First little mistake by the young Portland Timbers player. Just hesitates slightly, but other than that...
What are we supposed to do, host?
Give and go. Try to fly it in the air, but just going out.
And Tim Payne is going to get a breather here.
He's given everything. And he's worked his socks off. A pat on the back as well. And again, sometimes it just might be fresh legs. It's not necessarily more experience or a better player or going to lift the game. It's just that energy that you need.
Callan Elliott comes on, the Dumfries in Scotland born right back. Straight swap. Moved to New Zealand as a youngster. Now plays for Auckland. And what a game's come into for his World Cup debut, my goodness. This game really is here for the taking. A reminder tonight, James Corden and the After Hours gang, they'll be on Fox tonight for another nightly wrap of the World Cup action. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the big name joining James tonight. That's on Fox at midnight local. And the tension is only going to crank up a few notches. There's a bit of a head injury there for Ryan Thomas, the sub.
I don't know if James is going to get intimidated by Zlatan, which normally happens, but that'd be interesting.
Yes.
It scares me.
We talked early on in the game, Warren Barton, about the potential issues, fitness levels later on in the game for the several players in the Iran side who had their league prematurely terminated in February, so they've been keeping fit aside from that, and they've played international football but haven't been playing regular club football since then. Could that really count against them, this vast pitch and the emotional energy they've expended and everything that's gone into the build-up of this game off the pitch? No surprise, there are fresh legs. The Zion swinging it in towards Ptolemy.
If anything, they look the more sharper, and that's maybe where they've used that experience, you know, being at World Cups. There's over 14 players that have been involved in the last World Cup in Qatar, so they've got the experience to do that, and maybe that little bit of cramp that he had, he's got 10 seconds to get off, and the referee's making that very, very clear, because if not, the other player has to stay off for a minute, so that's a new ruling, and that's why he's jogging off, and I love that. We've had it in MLS, I think it's great. It saves players taking 30, 40 seconds to get off the field.
Yeah, it's a minimum of a minute. It's for the first break in play after a minute, so it could be much longer if the opposition are good at keeping hold of the ball. But on has come Amir Hossein-Zadeh, also plays in Iran, the 25-year-old forward.
Yeah, lovely moment with the captain and the coach just down there, had a little hug and a little chat. I think he understands that who the dominant alpha in this locker room is, the coach, and just made sure that he was happy and encouraged him, and that will stand him in good stead because they've got a big game coming up here.
Ten minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Could well be a fair bit of that, bearing in mind the goals, the substitutions, hydration break.
This may be an area where they feel that, particularly with the size and the presence that they've had, New Zealand, it's not the first ball, it's the second ball.
Sarpreet Singh with a delivery. Picked up by Thomas. Oh, all the way through to Sermon, who collided with keeper Bayron Vant. And they keep trying to play it and keep trying to find Chris Wood for very obvious reasons. A 6'3" seasoned Premier League centre forward.
Well, that was big. Boxer at the back putting the ball in, and there's that presence that he has. And Sermon, the defender, pushing up. He makes a decision to come out. The experienced goalkeeper, 37 years of age. Just to remind everyone that you're not going to have it your own way. You're going to keep challenging. We're going to keep being organised. Because they know to win this game, he knows it will be one first time they've ever done it in a World Cup, but also it puts them top of the group and could possibly give them that opportunity to get into round 32.
Bell.
They think there's been an elbow by Chris Wood. They're fuming at the referee. They think he's led with his arm straight away, and that's what they're saying to him. That we know players have to elevate and get their arms up. They've gone over to him. That's what they're saying about. He's just standing there holding, but there was a reaction straight away.
Here's Khalil Zede, the man who's down.
Now this is the goal that got him back in the game, that excellent delivery and that exquisite header, the timing of the run, and just used the power off the ball to put that off the post. Boxall got caught underneath it and no hesitation, excellent delivery, just looking at it. Imagine that feeling, you've headed it and you're watching the ball goes into the back of net, and these thousands of fans are celebrating with you. Good sportsmanship, giving it back. I don't know Chris Wood himself, but I know a lot of people. He is not a dirty player. He's not someone who's going to leave with his elbow. He's as honest as the day is long. Yes, he's physical. Yes, he's going to compete, but he's not that type of player to leave a trailing arm and hurt someone.
Six and a half minutes remaining. Is there to be a winner? Thomas. Fresh legs of Ryan Thomas, out-muscled by Zion, he's been excellent for Iran tonight. He's hurting here.
He's got cramp as well. He's gone down because he's another one that's covered every blade of grass. This Thomas has come in and had an impact the sub, just come from the side. And again, he doesn't clearly get the ball. He goes through a player and kicks his foot. Each one, the referee had no hesitation. Again, another referee that's handled the game well. Haven't spoke about him, haven't had any issues. Let the players play. Organised the game really well.
Sermon underneath it again. Singh. Oh, lovely touch again by Sarpreet Singh.
Don't go back. You've got to go down the line.
Talahi. To Zion. Talahi again. Oh, this is dangerous.
Just fell to the wrong player, the holding midfield player. You want maybe a more technically gifted player to get on the ball. The referee making sure that the game keeps flowing, and it has been. It's been one of them games. It's not really dipped off at all with the pace of the game, the energy of the game. Even the substitutions that have come on, they've had an impact. New Zealand's still got a couple of players that they could bring on if they need to.
Iran have never won a game at a FIFA World Cup when they've conceded a first goal, and New Zealand have never won a World Cup game at all in their two previous occasions they've qualified.
Well, they've had to go with the shots. That's the best they've ever done, having the shots on target.
Hayedi for Iran. It would be quite something here if they were to come from behind twice and then win this game. Mohammadi.
Well, that's a problem. They've only got one person in the penalty area, so they've got to play their way in. Normally, we see in the first half they was crossing the ball.
Oh, this is a lovely curling strike from Talahi, but Crocombe saw it all the way. Really feel the tension in this stadium. A 70,000 capacity arena. Wonderful place for any sporting occasion, but all 22 players on this pitch know that they could take a giant leap towards the knockout stages for the very first time if they were to manage to sneak another goal here and win this game.
Yeah, when you've got the likes of Iran with Belgium coming up, New Zealand with obviously Egypt, and we have Belgium and New Zealand again, so up in Vancouver, so some big games coming up, and this is one they would have penciled, particularly Iran thinking get off to a good start.
And that's what they have to look forward to after this one. It is Belgium on FS1 on Sunday, and then next Friday, Mo Salah in Egypt. Mohammadi with the delivery. And that's who New Zealand have to face. Egypt next, and then we're looking forward to New Zealand against Belgium in Vancouver. But an extra 2 points here for either side would make the world of difference in this group. And it's Zion with another corner for Iran once he puts it in the right place in the quadrant.
Well, you've said the players have given everything, and also I think the fans have as well. Everyone is standing up around. You can only imagine if this ends up in the back of net, the noise level.
Zion. Oh, where's this going? Back to Resign. The flag stayed down. Emphatically away again by Sermon.
He's been excellent.
And they come again, Iran. Never quite know when they're beaten. Oh, but what about the football from New Zealand? They've been playing some fabulous stuff, and that is a yellow card. A long time in coming. The substitute, Haj Safi.
Done by the movement. Just the 26-year-old, excellent. Just let the ball run, and the experienced captain just says, "You done me there, boy. you got me."
We're into the 90th minute. We'll find out in a few moments how much stoppage time will be added on. Don't forget the hydration break and the substitution windows will be totted up. Singh.
What I liked about those in as well, they haven't been predictable. You know, there's an obviously go to Chris Wood and just keep hitting him in it. They haven't. They've mixed it up. They've gone into midfield, and then once that's happened, then they've gone into him. And you do get caught as a player thinking, well, we've got 6'3" striker. Let's just keep hitting him. But an area here where if you can get a little touch, a flick.
Michael Boxall with a long throw for New Zealand. As we tick into stoppage time. Oh, these two are having quite a battle. And the referee says nothing doing there.
Again, extra referee, because they was both at it. They was both pulling shirts, they was both grabbing.
And it's a minimum of 5 minutes to be added on here, although there's a double substitution to be made here by Darren Baisley of New Zealand.
Yeah, I think the possession's been very similar, the scoreline similar, the shots on target. I mean, it is so close, and great credit to both sets of players. Opening game, been waiting, and we haven't been disappointed.
Wood knocking it on for Singh. Now he needs some support. The carrot's been dangled for both these sides to go for it, to take those extra 2 points, but equally, if they were to lose it...
Oh yeah, it would be devastating. Particularly
Belgium and Egypt to come.
Yeah, the effort that you've put into it, the emotion that you've shown, the quality that you've shown, and seen some of the goals from both groups of players.
Jesse Randall coming on, a left back from Auckland FC, but he's heading to Dundee United in Scotland. Former Northern Kentucky University defender. And off comes the man who's put in a real shift in midfield, Marko Stamenic. And Tyler Bindon coming on. He used to watch his mum playing goal for New Zealand and the women's team in the World Cups in 2007 and 2011.
Yeah, and he has that physical presence as well.
Now New Zealand threatening again towards Chris Wood.
Randall I like, he's got pace about him, very raw, not sure, you know, what you're going to get sometimes from a young player, but one thing about him, he's direct.
Knocked down by the youngster Bindon, and this is dangerous, and what's underneath it?
Well, we're right behind that, and I'm thinking, has he got enough power to guide it into that corner? He just couldn't come back enough to come onto the ball. He's always backpedaling, and that's difficult then for an attacker to get any power on the ball. It was more of a floated cross if it was driven in possibly, but because he had to come backwards and try and just couldn't quite generate the power to get it into that far corner. But there's your sign.
Imagine the adrenaline levels now.
And New Zealand have got the 5 at the back as well. Just, that's very, very composed. And they've gone back to 5, and they're just going to try and see it out now.
And those are how the goals have been scored, just with a couple, putting New Zealand in front twice. Resign and then Moebi with the second equaliser, thanks to Resign's fabulous delivery.
And just as well, the first one where he just controls it and then thumps it into the back of net, and then the next one, the passing sequence was superb. Oof, what a tackle that is.
Oh, Mohammadi denied the opportunity to whip that one in.
That's all that energy you've been waiting 2 or 3 weeks to play in a World Cup. My first tackle, I'm going to let you have it. You're going to get the kitchen sink thrown out there, but
Now just listen to that noise. Iranian supporters trying to suck this ball into the back of the net for what would be potentially a momentous goal and a momentous victory. Oh, and it's away heroically on the line. Well, the play put in that challenge a moment ago, Ryan Thomas. Now they just want to try and get the ball up the other end, but they can't get hold of it at the moment. And Chris Wood, the captain, urging his teammates just to try and retain some sort of possession now.
well, this is maybe when that inexperience comes in, where you're taking too long on the ball. You think you've got time, you haven't got time. They're breathing down in it, they're trying to get the ball off you. They can sense they can get 3 points.
Well, it would be heartbreaking for New Zealand were they to relinquish a point here, having twice taken the lead. But it's Iran at the moment in the last 25 seconds of stoppage time. They're looking the likelier of the sides to make something happen. Hashsafi, Zion, he's the man. He's the man who's been the creative force today. Hayedi, Binden away.
There's a foul going out. The whole of the Iran bench is standing up as well. They believe that they can get a chance. But what a game. You know, every ounce of energy, commitment, players, desire, quality has been thrown into this game. Both coaches will be exhausted, but they'll be proud of their team.
Well, Darren Baisley's demeanour there said it all. You think of that fabulous second goal from just, and it is all over. A pulsating game in LA has ended with a point apiece. They know the game was there for the taking. Darren Baisley's side having twice taken the lead, playing some fabulous stuff, but the resilience of the Iranians was there for all to see. And it is a point apiece in a 2-2 draw, Jules.
Thank you very much, Jackie. So on a day full of draws, with two of them coming here in Group G, all four teams end the day with a point on the board. So a surprising couple of results indeed, as you can see there. Iran, New Zealand, Belgium and Egypt in the group, all with a point. Iran twice coming from behind to deny New Zealand their first ever World Cup win. Jules Breach here with Mikel Dronobi and Juan Pablo Angel. And we witnessed some history today, guys, as well. 4 draws in one day for only the second time in World Cup history. The last time it happened was 68 years ago.
I know, but it was a very, very entertaining game. The game started really, really well. We saw everything in this game: passion, desire, commitment.